One of the things that changed my life as I look back on the history of my life was approximately every 7 years or so, I had a major mentor come into my life. And what they brought was they brought all of their experience to me to help shorten the learning curve. If you don't know me already, my name is Rock Thomas and I help people become whole life millionaires. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to get a mentor. All right, so maybe you've heard this before, is that success comes from good judgment, and good judgment comes from experience, but experience comes from bad judgment. So, whose bad judgment is the question? The longest way for you to learn is to accumulate all of your own bad judgment and go, no, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. It's like trying to make a salad without any help or any instruction. It's like trying to play golf without a caddy. It's like trying to fly a plane without a co-pilot. You're so much better when you work with somebody else and you gather their experience. So in this video, the whole point of it is, how are you going to find a mentor that knows more than you so you can learn from their bad experience and their good experience and their overall wisdom that comes from all of those accumulated events. All right, so there are 3 different ways that you can get a mentor, and of those 3 different ways, I'm going to show you what is the easiest way for you to get a mentor and at the same time continue to make my salad. Now, as you can see, I am constantly brainstorming ideas. I have whiteboards all over the place. I'm dropping my ideas down because you never know when a good idea is going to come. Now, the first way that you can get a mentor is if you have money. So for instance, I hired Tony Robbins at an event when I went to his UPW 20 years ago, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy is brilliant. He's got amazing energy. He goes all day long and he speaks with such wisdom. I want to be around this guy. So I went up to him and found out that if I wanted to really be in proximity of him, I had to do 2 things. One was pay him $100,000, which I didn't have. But if you don't have the money, you can be resourceful. And I negotiated to pay monthly $6,500 and I joined his Platinum Partner Group. The second thing that you can do to be part of Tony's world is you can go and volunteer. And you can add value by being a participant that does work at the event for free. So I did that also. So I came at it from the top by paying him. I came at the bottom to see how he ran his organizations. And now I've been a trainer for him for 20 years. I've been in that environment. It's part of my tribe. It's part of my ecosystem. And I'll tell you what, everybody asks me on my podcast, who's the person that influenced you most in your life? And I'll tell you what, is Tony Robbins. Now, I also have hired a guy named John Childers to teach me about public speaking. I gave him $20,000 for a 4-day course plus a lot of follow-up coaching. I gave T. Harv Eker $40,000 and I had one-on-one coaching with him, and I did every course he had, 17 courses. And I bathe this in information. You see, you don't have to have personal contact with your mentor. You can actually just buy their book, or they may not even be alive and you can listen to an interview of them on YouTube or something like that. Either way, you want to get into their environment and you want to borrow what I said before, their judgment, their experience, and their mistakes, so you don't have to create them all. All right, so the first way is for you to pull out your wallet. The second way is a little bit more resourceful. I remember I was at an event a few years ago and I heard this speaker. And I've been at a lot of events and I hear speakers, and whether it be Jack Canfield or Wayne Dyer or T. Harv Eker, a lot of these people, and some people that are very niche, like in real estate, you wouldn't know their names. But I would go up to them right after they had spoken, and let's face it, unless you're like a Tony Robbins and you're untouchable because you've got security, most of the speakers will sign books and they'll come down, they'll shake some hands and answer questions for a little while. And if you're assertive and you want to step up, then you can get in contact with them. I've done it with Wim Hof, I've done it with Les Brown, I've done it with so many people. And it's really nice. There's something nice about touching the person whose book you're reading or having a conversation with them. So at this one event, I went up to this gentleman who was very big in real estate, and I said to him, basically, I want to spend some time, I want to hang around you. And he kind of looked at me up and down, and he's like, who the frick are you?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
And I explained to him what I was curious about, what I was passionate about. And he said to me, do you golf? And I said, yes. He goes, well, when's the next time you're going to be in Austin? And I said, well, next time I'm going to be in Austin is about 3 weeks. He goes, well, why don't you come a day early and we'll golf together. Now, what was he doing? Mentors love to mentor people that they think they might be able to fit into their world. So I'm always looking for talent for my businesses. Everywhere I go, waitresses, flight attendants, people I meet at the golf course, if they've got energy and talent, they look hungry because that's really hard to replace, then I'm going to be willing to probably mentor them, have a conversation, exchange some wisdom, give them some opportunities in exchange for the possibility to bring them in my world. So I guess he saw something in me and he invited me to play golf with him. We hit it off, we had a great round. He invited me to his house, and at his house he invited me to a mastermind group that was happening 5 months from then in Breckenridge. And he says, would you like to come? This would be about a dozen or 18 of us. And I said, yes. One of the things that mentors are looking for is curiosity and hunger. So I didn't go, well, how much is it going to be? And what are the exact dates? And who am I going to bunk with in your house? I just said yes. Mentors want people that will figure things out, that are hungry, that are going to eat a salad, that are going to make it work without this no, what if, I need to know how. So talented people say yes and figure it out later. So I did that. And then time seemed to fly by. Within a few months I was at that event, and there was a lot of really cool people at that event. I learned a lot, I made some good friends, and then I said to my mentor, I said, I think we could create a structure of a mastermind group. We could host events and we could all share our information and grow together. And at first he was resistant, but then I kept on sharing my ideas, and long story short, we created a mastermind group that has now grown into thousands of people, many different groups and organizations with millionaires, multimillionaires, people worth 100 million. It's given me a chance to meet and share the stage with Robert Kiyosaki, to interview Robert Herjavec from Shark Tank, to meet some really cool people that are hugely successful when it comes into cannabis or multifamily units, etc. Because this one time I stepped up and I said, I want to spend some time in your world. So Steve Jobs had Wozniak. Walt Disney, I don't know if you know this, but he had his brother who was an accountant. Otherwise he would have had, a million creative ideas, but he would have been bankrupt probably. Usually there's a yin for a yang. Usually there's somebody else that can help you out. And in my business, what I've done is I don't always have all the skill set in order to build. I have many people that are sometimes almost competitors, but maybe in another geographical area. So they might be in real estate, but they might be on the other side of the country. And then we hold ourselves accountable by being accountability partners. So you can get free mentorship by bringing something to the party and the other person brings something to you. There's many times that I've hired a trainer that trains me physically out, that would normally charge me $100 an hour for a badass workout and really to get in there. And then I will mentor that person on how to scale their business, how to grow their business, or how to improve their mindset. So you can do an exchange, a barter, or an accountability piece with somebody else in your world that brings value. I've been taught how to play the piano, how to raise my dog, how to do swimming lessons, all in exchange for things that I brought to the table. So what's the skill set that you could use in order to find somebody else that you can be held accountable to maybe, or just add value, and in exchange, they bring you and give you something else. So there's 3 ways that you can find a great mentor, in my opinion. Number 1, cha-ching, cha-ching, pull out the wallet and get their attention, their time and attention and wisdom that way. Number 2, add massive value. Boom! Right? Ask, bring, have energy, be curious. And number 3 is exchange with somebody else that has a resource, a skill set, or a quality that you need, and then you bring something to the table, and then it's a nice exchange. And at the same time, you may even want to hold each other accountable to create those outcomes. So there are the 3 ways that I found mentors in my life. I really believe that you shorten the learning curve when you find a mentor because you get their wisdom. Remember what that is. That's their experience, that is their mistakes, and that is their successes, all in one. So if you want to be mentored by me, make sure that you like, that you comment, that you subscribe, that you hit the bell, that you slap the bell, that you push the bell, that you play with the bell, that you tickle the bell, that you do whatever you want. But make sure you're going to have access to all these videos because I'm going to continue to do it here. But also, more importantly, I'd say is get on a call with one of my coaches. My coaches have been designed to help you understand what is the power of mentorship. What does it look like? And I don't know if you value time or money more, but here's my test for you is this, is if you value time, you will invest your money to become smarter, faster. If you value money, you'll hang on to it and you'll use time to try to figure out how to make more money. In my experience, just my experience, I can only come from whose experience? From my experience, is I've poured a lot of money into getting access to other people's wisdom, and it's turned out pretty good for me. So that's my invitation to you. Check it out. Hopefully I'll see you on the inside of the mastermind ecosystem, and I look forward to helping you rock your money so you can rock your life.